That's so good.
What's up, y'all?
Stop it!
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Broad Street Blitz Take Leader Edition with your boy Cool Cat Connor, my guy Leader. What up, Leader?
What's going on, man?
Yep, and we got our guy Tom in the building. What up, Tom?
What's going on, guys?
And this guy, Cool Cat Jr., this guy who woke get off the camera. So go ahead, Leader. It's your show. Let's talk.
Listen, we are here with Tom Sticks and Gratefully Mind here, and my boy Cool Cat. We are here to talk about. We're going to talk about the crazy stuff that's been going on and the Jalen Hurts talk. It's just unbelievable right now. I think it's a little overplayed, but some things have to be stated. If they're going to talk about them, we're going to better be cleared up about one of the best quarterbacks, top 5 in the league. And also, our quarterback room of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're also going to talk about teams
Right there.
as a quarterback.
Right there.
I got you. Looking here, we're talking about what they said quarterback about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was rated number 9. Number 9 among quarterbacks. Number 9. Listen. We're looking at the list, right? And we see now I agree with Mahomes. Mahomes is another monster, right? But Jalen Hurts beat him twice. Beat him in the Super Bowl. Bested him out twice. They got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts. We're right above Baker Mayfield. All right, okay. So we go in here and we're talking about what we break down because I want to get Tom Stakes here, great Philly mind, really great on Philly sports, really supports. I want to know, let's just start first. We're going to start with them. We're going to go to Cool Cat. What do you think, ironically, of this ranking? How are you feeling when you see this ranking? How you feeling?
I just think it's another thing for the media to talk about and NFL executives voting on who the best quarterback is kind of irrelevant because we'd have different opinions about all these guys. Depending on where they played. So that's usually the main thing that people use to kind of discredit Jalen Hurts is that he has this great team around him. But I think that every player, on that list, you can say benefits off something on their team. So,
right.
I think that, the talk around Jalen Hurts in that way is very, it's obviously it's disrespecting the player and what he's accomplished, but it's also just a very childish way for the way that people are starting to look at football. Like if you strip everyone's weapons away, what are they? Because it is a team sport at the end of the day. So I think Jalen, what he does with what we ask of him, there's no better quarterback we could have. So I'm happy with him, and that's the only ranking to me that matters is what they do for the team they're on. And Jalen Hurts just won Super Bowl MVP. So, you couldn't get a greater outcome than that. So to me, I'll take him over anyone.
I feel that. Now, before we go to Cool K, I wanted to capitalize off what you're saying. Like the one part you said about everybody says this the team part. He has his good team. Well, no one who wins, like I was telling Cool K last episode, no one who wins has a good team, has a bad team. You have to have players to win. And then we're talking about another thing which kind of gets to me. All these guys have had the team to get to the Super Bowl and win it. The guys are talking about, like, where I go for, we're gonna go to Cool K first, and I'll break down, where I think he should be ranked in there. But my thing is the team part is a little overplayed. The super team part is not even a statement because they drafted these guys. A super team is collected through money. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's LeBron James really in another sport really got it even said a super team. So now we're bringing it to football. It's crazy. But Cool Cat, big time Jalen Hurts supporter here. Cool, listen, I know you're getting tired of it. What do you think when you saw the list? What do you feel about it?
In the words of my sister Simone Staley, I thought it was bougie, man. I got Jalen freaking Hurts number 5, and he's not even 5. I got Patrick Mahomes. I got Jalen Hurts. I got Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Then I got Joe Burrow. Then I got Jaden Daniels and Matthew Stafford. Then you want to say Jared Goff, fine, and then you want to say Baker, fine. But for me, I got him like top 5, and he's not even 5. He's the Super Bowl MVP. He won the Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, he's going to keep the main thing. And that's why he was in the ring ceremony with his beautiful wife, Bree Burrow, and Shayshawn Barkley getting his ring fitted. So that's my thoughts.
Can I say something?
No, you can't.
To talk about, come off yours real quick. Jalen Hurts, we're looking at this list. I just want to break down this list. There's one thing you're saying, he did just win the Super Bowl. How do you get number 9? How do you get number 9, first of all, when you just win the Super Bowl and go back there 2 out of 3 years? I really don't get that. And if you look at everybody, right, look at the list. Where's Jared Goff been? Justin Herbert and Jaden Daniels. Let me tell you something. Jaden Daniels is a great talent, but that's a little disrespectful. Very disrespectful to put him over. Like who's doing these execs? Who's doing this? And like Tom said there's a different criteria. They got these criterias and how they classify these guys. What's the criteria? Put that up there when you say top 10 NFL quarterbacks because of passing or because of interceptions, because of time, because of what you think, because opinions are respected. They are respected. But the fact always remains, and that's Jalen Hurts. To me, he's number 2. You know why I say number 2? He's number 2 because he's outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He's the only one on this list, right? Who has a Super Bowl ring? Can we count them on? How many fingers can we count that on?
Let's see. The only people who have a Super Bowl is Jalen freaking Hurts and Matthew Stafford.
Okay, who's been there? Right. And who's been there 2 out of the last 3 years? What quarterbacks have been there 2 out of the last 3 years?
Patrick Mahomes and
acknowledge me.
Beating Patrick Mahomes in the biggest, who's outplayed him twice in the biggest game.
Acknowledge me.
It's 1990, right? We had the Buddy Ryan, we had the Rich Kotite era, we had the Ray Rhodes era. We had quarterbacks, right? But this is the most successful quarterback in Eagles history. His short time. You look at how. That's my guy, Grease. I mean, look at just how, like, what are they? I'm kind of confused because I'm trying to. You always, Cool Kid, I always try to put people in perspective. Tom even tried to do it, saying they have their certain ways they rate people. But this is a little, especially with Jaden Daniels and Justin Herbert there. Okay, we know Jared Goff has won. We know what Detroit did last year. We know Matthew Stafford's been there, but he also lost to Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen, he's good, but he's lost to Jalen Hurts in 2023. Anybody remember that Buffalo game? Joe Burrow last season. Joe Burrow had his chance. He had a great season last season, unbelievable. But when he went against Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. Does anybody remember the Baltimore game? Remember the week before? They were like, well, he's not throwing good. It's controversy. Oh man, this was a big game for we right on the win streak. They had to win this game. Remember, I said they got to. If they win this game, this puts them in the Super Bowl type of. If they win against Baltimore, they did it. He outplayed Lamar. So, and what I want to say is, how many? I guess after Tom Brady and Michael Jordan visited them, two guys that both like Jalen Hurts. I think it's a little bit. I don't want to go over, but it might be hate. Somewhere it's hate because everybody's had their quarterbacks and they have not gotten there with them. From the Dak Prescotts, we got to mention that, to to the Matthew Staffords, nobody's gotten there. Nobody, they'd already made a tush push. We just had over the tush push, a 1-yard play. So I feel like it's really crazy that once again, and what's called The Facility. It's a show called The Facility. You got Joey Taylor with TJ Humenzada. It was Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce, right? And they were asking these guys. They were asking all of them. They were saying, okay, who do you think? And they think Keyshawn and Joey think he's a top 5. They asked Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce said, well, Jaden Daniels, I think, is over a Jalen. What? Now we asking the basketball guy. Now it makes you disrespect the basketball mind. How do you put Jaden Daniels? Anybody see the conference championship? Okay, I'm not even going to talk about it. We broke records. We broke records. And we're talking about TJ Humenzada. He's a Bengal. So he mentioned Joe Burrow. He said Joe Burrow. I said, okay, the pocket and what he does. Listen, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to pass as much. But when he's called upon, what happens? When he's called upon, remember when they shut down Saquon? I'm going to say this again, the Pittsburgh game, the Baltimore game. And once again, remember after the St. Louis game, they were talking so crazy about Jalen. Oh, he had a bad game. This is bad. When Washington came up, what did Jalen do? When the Super Bowl came up, what did Jalen do? I just feel like it's crazy. I just feel like at this time and point, he's one of the guys that they're only going to appreciate when he's retired. I mean, I just feel like on that type of sequence, that's going to happen. But in my mind, what do you feel like? I want to ask both of y'all. This is an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Important analyst question. Why do you feel like Jalen Hurts is getting those points taken off of him? Why do you think? What do you think it is? Tom, we're gonna go. What do you think?
I have a question.
Say hi. Say hi, by the way.
Hi.
All right, now go ahead, Tom. What you were saying, leader?
No, what do you think, Tom? What do you think is the reason? What is the reason why they would take Jalen, put him at number 9? What do you think is the reason why they doubt him so much?
I think there's a combination of reasons. I think that some people, there's different people who have different reasons why they don't think a player is good. Some reasons, some people think it's because of stats, right? Some people say they watch film. Some people say they like a guy with certain physical traits. Some people think it's winning like we do. Some people think it's when they predict something about a guy coming out of the draft, and if they said he wasn't going to be good, which they said about Jalen Hurts, a lot of people predicted he was going to be a bust or not really a starting quarterback, and he was overdrafted. People said we picked him too high when we took him in the second round. So I think a lot of people are just very stuck to their original takes, and it's hard to admit
they don't want to move.
It's hard to admit you're wrong, and a lot of people predicted he wasn't going to be good for many of those reasons.
They did
for this or that, and whenever he, like you said, whenever he has had to show up throwing the ball, whether he's had to lead a rushing offense,
right,
he led the team in rushing yards in 2021, his first season. Everyone says, oh, he had an elite run game, but he was the leading rusher. So he's been able to do anything and be a threat from any formation, do literally anything it takes, just be kind of a chameleon and adjust and adapt to whatever we've done.
Right.
And so that makes people kind of shocked, like, oh, okay, well, he's not doing it with his arm. He's not doing it in a certain way. He needs to throw more to be a better quarterback. And if people have been watching, we've seen that. We've seen him mix throwing with running. We've seen him do all this stuff. and they don't want to admit that they were wrong or initially. And
exactly.
He got better. It was okay to have questions about him early in his career, like any quarterback, but he got better, and it's time to give him his credit now. People like to do that.
Right.
It's unfair.
Unbelievable. Great take. Cool cat. Now listen, what do you think is the point why what do you think is the point why they're hating like Jalen Hurts? Like he said one thing about what else does he have to prove?
I think I know.
He does not know. I know what it is. It's simple. He wasn't supposed to be here. He was a second round pick that took the spot from Carson Wentz. Yep. He took the spot, but he wasn't supposed to be here. Let's be real, y'all. Jalen freaking Hurts wasn't supposed to be here. He was a second round pick that was supposed to be a backup for Carson Wentz. He took the spot from Carson Wentz, and you see where it got to. So, in my honest opinion, he's the reason why, because they remember what he was in Alabama and Oklahoma, and he wasn't supposed to be here. So, in my honest opinion, the reason they hate him so much because he ain't out here put no passing stats. He's a second round pick that was benched in Alabama, and then what happened in Oklahoma? He was a second round pick that was supposed to be a backup that wasn't supposed to be here. And ever since he took the spot they've been hating. So in my opinion, it is all because he wasn't supposed to be here.
Great takes by both. Because one thing to talk about that point, what Cool Cat went through, in college, he's been doing this since high school, playing with different coordinators. Since high school, he's been doing it, right? So now he goes to Alabama, and he had a great freshman year. Let's talk about the freshman year. Freshman year, what he did, and then eventually Tua, Tua ended up taking over eventually. Then they came back and helped him win the division, right? He goes to Oklahoma. He becomes a Heisman Trophy candidate. He throws for like 4,000 yards, rushes for 1,000. And so they've been sleeping on him for a very long time. I'm just leading up to it. So he goes to the second round where we all was like, they just gave Carson the contract. What's going on? They were saying they were going to play him at running back. They were saying he wasn't going to be as the quarterback. He's just going to be doing some plays coming in like Slash Stewart was going to do when he was there. So it was all, but then he ended up winning the competition. And so they're used to downgrading Jalen Hurts. He went from Alabama to all that mess and was a Heisman Trophy candidate. He went to the NFL second round pick. He was behind a guy that got a great, big, massive contract. And Carson Wentz, who just won a Super Bowl, in which I say, tell everybody, I still support Carson. Listen, Carson did a great job, and he had one of the most unbelievable quarterback seasons I've seen. So I'm gonna say that. But it died out. Jalen ended up taking over. I think people are used to, like Tom said, like Cool Cat, they are used to putting Jalen Hurts down, and it's not worked. So when he wins, it's like, oh, we got to stick to the point because when analysts talk, they're trying to say something. They're trying to teach you something about what their point is. They're trying to teach you something. So when it didn't work, they're still like, well, he didn't have enough passing yards, or look how many attempts he did, or look how. So now this man comes MVP. And during the time, they were like, yeah, you got to give him his credit. Now that the MVP, the Super Bowl is over, they're like, okay, let's rate him. But we still were talking about that Jalen is the top 10 quarterback, even though he won a Super Bowl MVP in the Super Bowl. We still think it's crazy. They don't want to admit they're wrong. And that is the big point there. This is where that comes to. What's going on, Atlanta? What's going on, Big Zay? What's up, Lynn? I see y'all coming in. It got canceled. Lynn, what? It got canceled?
Yeah, the facility, Speak, and the breakfast ball all got canceled.
Oh, news. Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy right after that tape. I don't want to say nothing. But you got to watch me. Read what you show. Because that was a crazy take on Jalen Hurts all week. I mean, even first things first. I mean, Jesus Christ. Nick Wright.
First things first, and the herd is still on. It's just breakfast ball canceled, the facility canceled, Speak canceled.
Nick Wright need to get canceled. Nick Wright has to get. He's been hating on the Eagles too much. One thing I want to get to, since we're all here, Jalen has never had a good offensive line in college, but when he got to the NFL, he got the best offensive line. No, when he got to the end, he never had a good offensive line. So you could talk. So what do we? What like that's crazy. Even that take right there, Big Zay. What are they trying to say? He's did good with a good and not so good offensive line. He's done both. He said they keep moving the goalposts. We've broken the NFL. That's definitely happened. That's definitely happened. And since we're on this point, I wanted to get on the quarterback room. Quarterback room is big this year. I've seen.
Yeah, tell them what we're doing. By the way, leader, when it comes to all the positions.
Okay, this is the position. We break them down every episode. This is the quarterback room. I chose since we're talking about Jalen Hurts.
It's basically the quarterback room, aka Jalen freaking Hurts and the rest.
Right. Looking at this quarterback room, man. I mean, it's crazy right now. Jalen Hurts, you got Tanner McKee, you got Kyle McCord. And we're looking at them. It's another one guy. I think he's not going to make it. I just don't think that he's going to make it. And we're talking about Dorian Thomas Robinson. I just think he's a camp body, and it's really not going to happen. I don't think that's the one. But we're talking about this room. This is the most talented quarterback room I've seen in years. I mean, this one time we had Jim McMahon. This one time AJ Feely and Corey Detmer was on there, and Andy Reid made it good. But we're talking about talent. Tanner McKee was one of the top 50 recruits out of high school. He could have went anywhere, but he just chose to go where he went to, and that was his downfall, where he went. Man is 6'6" and could throw the ball accurate. Like, he's really that good at football. They let you know if you're around a bad coach or bad coaches, a bad team, you still get people seeing you, even when you got a bad team. If you're good enough, you will get people looking at it. Talk about Jalen Hurts having a good team. If you're good enough, Tanner McKee, you're going to get people to see you. And the Eagles saw him. And guess what happened? Cowboy fans, I keep on bringing it. I'm sorry. This guy picked y'all apart. Tanner McKee picked y'all apart, man. Tanner McKee's a good quarterback. He's going to get better. He's going to be in a good room. Kyle McCord, he led the college football in passing. Kyle McCord was a big recruit that's another guy who could have went anywhere. Went to Syracuse, tore it up. I mean, we talking about accurate. No, seriously. This talent, when Kyle McCord when he gets his foot planted, Kyle McCord could be better than Tanner. Kyle McCord is good. And they have three quarterbacks when Jalen Hurts gets hurt, or if he gets hurt, I'm sorry, knock on wood. These guys can do it. And then you got the quarterback coach. Look how Kenny Pickett did once he was thrown in there. They got guys that can coach and develop players, and which makes it good. So I love this room. I love what they're doing. I don't think Dorian Thomas. I just don't think he'll be able to outshine these two. I don't think that's happening. What do y'all think about this quarterback room? Tom, with you, what do you think about this quarterback room? Break down Tanner. Break down what you like about Kyle McCord and Dorian Thomas. What do you think?
Yeah, I think just when you're talking about the quarterback room of a team that has a clear-cut starter like the Eagles have in Jalen Hurts, like everyone knows he's the starter. So, and he's an expensive starter. I mean, he got his money already. So the quarterback room, when you look at it on a team like this, it has to be constructed a certain way, and it's got to be cheap, young, and continuously producing a product to replace the guy that most recently leaves. So Tanner McKee is now that next primary backup, but at one point he was a day 3 draft pick for us, and then he was sitting behind different guys. I think it was obviously with Kenny Pickett, but the previous year, didn't we have Marcus Mariota as our backup? And in 2023, right? And Tanner McKee was the third quarterback that year. So he's been in the pipeline for a little bit. And now Kyle McCord is the next guy up in that pipeline. So hopefully you develop Kyle McCord into a guy that in 2 years can be your primary backup, because Tanner McKee, like you said, he's shown himself and teams have seen him now in this league. And he's going to hit the market, and he'll probably be, hopefully the Eagles trade him and get something for him after this season. But
they want him. People want him. Yep.
Yeah, people are going to want Tanner McKee after this year.
Kellen wanted him. Kellen Moore wanted him.
That's actually a really, really good destination for the future for him is going and joining the Saints, who really don't have a quarterback, and that could be a guy that you see getting a chance. So. But that's all because the Eagles developed him, and now they're going to try to do it with Kyle McCord, who I really like. I like his talent. a little bit of a different quarterback than McKee, but
Right.
good in his own ways. And then DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I again, another guy that just fits the vibe of the room. It's a cheap young player that was
Right.
a mid-round draft pick at one point, and he'll have a chance to get snaps during preseason. Yeah, he probably doesn't make this team, but it's not.
Just in my opinion, I feel like he's the less talented quarterback of the.
Yeah, he probably won't make this team, but it's only because they're developing quarterbacks like McKee and McCord. I think they want to keep those guys, and so he might just be the odd man out. But I think if they didn't draft Kyle McCord, I think Dorian Thompson-Robinson would have been a fine third quarterback.
Dual-threat quarterback, right? Dual-threat quarterback.
I mean, maybe he catches on to our practice squad. One of the two are going to hit him or McCord. So
great point. The Cool Cat, what do you think of this room since you've seen it break down? What do you think of each quarterback here? What do you think of this room?
Yeah, I think this room is capable of handling the business before if anything happens to QB1. Now, luckily, we got Jalen freaking Hurts, so hopefully that don't happen. But I like Tanner McKee. I like the other guy. Hopefully, it's a matter of health, man, for me.
Yeah.
And those guys stay healthy just in case QB1 is hurt. Now, knock on whatever wood that you can so that don't happen, but I saw Tanner McKee ball out, so if QB1 needs some rest, we got a capable backup to handle business. So I like it.
Yeah, just to go on just to end on the quarterback note, one thing this Eagles team do the last 5 years, because I want to capitalize on the super team part. I keep on like this. That's how people they are amazed by the Eagles, but they don't want to really. Some people don't want to a super team. That doesn't even sound right. These guys, Reed Blankenship was undrafted. He was undrafted. I mean, you're bringing guys that don't even have big contracts. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, that's one big guy that came back to this thing. Shout out to him. I know, we traded him. Things had to happen, but Howie's always going to be. I'm going to say this to people about the C.J. Gardner-Johnson situation. Howie's always going to be smart. So whatever had to happen, had to happen. I'm not going to go against that. Howie's a smart guy. I love seeing the C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Did I want him to get traded? No. But if it had to happen, it had to happen. Then we looking at all the guys from Nolan Smith to Jalen Hunt to Jordan Davis to Moro Ojomo. Moro Ojomo was a 7th round. Like, are we serious super team? These guys are drafted late rounds. Like, that's the part I don't get. The super team part. Jalen Hurts has all these guys. If you put a bad quarterback with a good team, what is he going to do? What a bad quarterback does. So what are you talking about? That he is a super team. He actually has to be a good quarterback to be good with this good team. Like, I don't get that part. I just don't get that part. But like I said, all the other quarterbacks, Josh Allen. Remember when Stephon Diggs, they had guys, they had Sean McCoy. Those guys didn't go to the Super Bowl. Baltimore last year had Derrick Henry. They couldn't make it. They had a good defense. They couldn't make it. Joe Burrow, oh my God, the season he had stat-wise, Jesus Christ. They couldn't even make the playoffs. So what are we talking? Jaden Daniels, okay. I guess Jaden made it to the Super Bowl. I guess Jaden's played 2 years. He has to at least have 5 years. All these quarterbacks on here, why are we putting Jaden Daniels here? You might as well put C.J. Stroud there. I mean, I don't get that part. Justin Herbert has been the most hyped. Look, I like his talent since he came out of college, but he's been the most. Listen, if Jalen Hurts did what Justin Herbert is doing right now, he wouldn't even be in the top 10. If Jalen Hurts had the type of seasons that Justin Herbert had, we wouldn't even be talking about him. If any of these quarterbacks had the type of season that they wouldn't even be here. So it's clearly in the Baker Mayfield. All right, okay. He's not over Jalen Hurts, but he's right above him. So I just I feel like we drafted everyone but AJ and Saquon. Yeah, you're right. Tanner freaking McKee. Yeah, McKee is that guy. Chad Schrader, what's up, cool freaking cat and AK Kitty? What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, Lynn? What up, Big Zay?
Thank y'all for tuning in, fans of Broad Street Blitz Take and the whole Birds of Broad Street.
Yep. By the way, leader, didn't you say before we wrap up? Didn't you say about
the
ring ceremony?
The rings. Yeah, I'm going to be about to listen. The rings. That was crazy. Listen, let me stop real quick. That is a culture changer. Those rings are a culture changer. And I want to tell y'all and break down actually what's on those rings. Now, when you go to the rings, you know, every one of them has it's 18 green stones. Let me just describe. It's 18 green stones. We're gonna start from the top of just how unique these are. Unbelievable. So many diamonds. It's crazy. 445 total diamonds on the ring bezel celebrate the Eagles' 145-point score in the playoffs, the most in NFL postseason history. 1 carat of Marquise-shaped diamonds in the trophies highlight both the Eagles' #1 total defense and their rushing offense that set an NFL record for rushing. That's above the Eagle head. It's above the Eagle head. Then you go to 2 Lombardi trophies. You know why they got 2? Mirror the 2 Super Bowl championships achieved under Jeffrey Lurie's ownership. Are y'all listening to this game-changing ring? All right, let's keep on going. 5 diamonds on the special feature button underscore the 5 Eagles who scored points in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Cooper DeJean, and Jake Elliott. 40 points of diamonds in world champions stand for the 40-point score by the Eagles in the Super Bowl. We ain't finished. The wings open with the hidden button to reveal the message. You can't be great without the greatness of others. Who said that? Who said this greatness of others? Anybody knows? Tom, who said you can't be great?
Nick Sirianni.
The coach, the one they wanted to fire. Like, so everybody was like, fire the coach. Now they have his motto. They have what he said. It's on the ring forever. Right in the ring. Soon as you push the button, open the wings. You've got 18 green stones. The green stones you see around kind of below and right by the ring. Encircle the top, honoring the Eagles' NFL tying 18 combined victories in the regular season and playoffs. Oh, we ain't done. The 0.9 carats of diamonds on the wings represent the combined 6 sacks, 3 tones by the Eagles defense in the Super Bowl. Oh, okay. 10 points of diamonds in the Super Bowl logo signify the Eagles' franchise record 10-game winning streak in the regular season. Okay. Oh, no, we're not done. We about to finish it all. This is the ring, y'all. This is the ring we're talking about. I'm letting y'all know. This is all in the ring. Every ring features the player's name and signature, a lasting symbol of their achievement. A Brazilian flag engraved the inside ring honors the team's season opener in Brazil. Beneath it are Sirianni's words again. It says Sirianni's values.
Tough, detailed together.
Engraved. Because I was trying to figure out what 145 meant. Because I was seeing the model before I saw what they all meant. It's engraved inside all the playoff scores, along with 145, an NFL record for the most points scored in a playoff run on the way to the Super Bowl. Listen, people, let me tell you something.
Hold on. Wait. Let's see everybody's reaction to it.
That's a rock, boy. That's a rock. It opens. Oh, it opens. Oh, the side. Oh, the wings.
Oh, I never knew a ring could fly before. See that thing fly. Hey, I gotta pop the wings on that. Let me put that up. Hey, no, it ain't easy.
That's crazy.
Did y'all catch what AJ say at the end? Did y'all catch what AJ Brown said at the end? He said, I know it ain't easy, but we gotta do this again.
Again. Listen, Tom, when you saw the ring, what do you think, man? When you first saw the rings?
I usually don't like get too into that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe because the Eagles hadn't won many Super Bowls, and it was always the Patriots or recently the Chiefs. But this one was different. It hit different, and when I saw the ring, I was pretty impressed with it. And then the wings coming off, and just seeing everyone's reaction. What a cap to a season! But I agree. What Connor pointed out at the end. You got to do it again. And I was happy that they put something like that in there because I knew it was going to be said in that video at some point. I was like waiting on someone. It's funny, the whole time I was waiting on someone to say, "Oh, we got to come back and get another one," or something like that. And lo and behold, it's AJ Brown saying, we got to do this again to Saquon Barkley. So, they're locked and loaded. They're ready to roll, and that Jalen has this team locked in. So I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah, before we get to Cool Cat, my Clint Green is here. We're about to add him in, and we're going to go over some of the things we did. Everybody, welcome Clint Green to the show. How you doing, Clint?
Clint,
you there? All right, probably some went be going on.
Technological issues.
Yep. Probably what it is. But what I want to talk about as far as that Cool Cat, when you saw them rings, man. Now, as a Bird fan, when you saw them rings, man, how you feel, man?
Jesus, Palace, man. When I saw them rings, they outdone themselves. I'll put it that way. They outdone themselves. Like, you know how the other one looked like when we saw the first one, but these. First of all, they got wings on it. Like, think about that, Eagles Nation. They got wings on it.
That's crazy.
That's the thing. You put wings on it. Secondly, the fact that Nick Sirianni's quote stuff detailed together, and you can't be great without the greatness of others is on there. Like, solidify Nick Sirianni. But the one thing I love more about all of that is the fact that look how happy the players are. You got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley happy. You got Nick Sirianni, Jeffrey Lurie, Jalen Hurts, hoisted it. And a lot of people wanted to know why Jalen freaking Hurts didn't put on his ring. This is Jalen freaking Hurts we're talking about.
It's controversial on everything you do, right?
Like, this is Jalen freaking Hurts we're talking about. He'll hold the Lombardi trophy, but when it comes to the ring, he wants to focus on another one.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is Jalen freaking Hurts we're talking about. So at the end of the day, I love the rings, and like AJ say, I know it ain't easy, but we got to get another one. Because what's better than 2 rings? 3 rings.
Right. Shout out to Big Z. I want to say, he said, I feel we needed to bring in a veteran quarterback and to back up Jalen because McKee and only been good for a few games last year, but I don't think he's ready. Well, Zay, that's an honorable opinion, no question, because people have to have experience to be ready. But these Eagles are so good at developing players. You got to go with that. The Eagles, it's nothing not to trust. They're good at developing young players. It could be even in the first year. So they're confident because they've seen the proof. There's no doubt. But I dig you on that. There was a lot of controversy about those rings, people saying they were fake. I dig you, Zay.
I got a question for y'all because we are less than 48 hours away from training camp, and I want to ask Tom and I want to ask Leader, and I'll even add to it. Thoughts on training camp? We're 48 hours away, so let's start with Tom. What's your thoughts on training camp, seeing as this is the kickoff show to the training camp? So let's start with Tom.
Yeah, I mean, just general overview of training camp. I'm excited to see these guys and how they respond to winning a Super Bowl. And it starts with the first day of camp next week, and on into August, and football's back. So we're coming into that home stretch to the season and preparation. So I'm really excited just to see some of these young players and the next step they take. I know a lot of people were hoping for veteran signings like quarterback was mentioned, but even like when Jalen Ramsey came on the market and Jair Alexander came on the market and guys like that. But I've always been excited to see, Keely Ringo, and I want to see Jalix Hunt.
Yeah.
And, I know people wanted a defensive end or an edge rusher. I like the guys we got, Aziz Ojulari and Josh Uche.
Yes.
So I like a lot of the young players that we have and some of those smaller signings that we made to really add competition. And those are the camp battles I'm looking forward to most.
Yep. Go ahead, leader.
Well, to capitalize on that, yeah, I can't wait because the Eagles somehow they just develop players so good. So you're looking to see the next new player that they have that comes out. One guy, Makuba's one guy's been mentioned, right? We're doing real good. Even though but Sidney Brown, I mean, when he gets out there, he does his thing, but Makuba is getting out there. So that's depth we're talking about. We're talking about Jalix Hunt. I've been hearing so much good about him. Like, just think about him. Nolan Smith's second year. You want to see training camp, but these two guys, Moro Jomo, like Tom said, I like our room too. I really don't think we need to sign nobody big. As much as I was going for Myles Garrett, that was the first guy. Now I was like, just get him if you can, but don't got to overpay for nobody because our guys, we do good at developing our team, and we got young guys. Ojomo, he was really underrated. He really stepped up in the playoffs. So I'm really looking to see him. Ty Robinson. They take things about Ty Robinson being drafted, how good he's doing. I just think this is a good team. Keely Ringo. He was one of the top number 5 in the country out of high school. This man had an interception in the national championship. He has 2 national championships. Every time they put Keely in there, he looks good. He was a Pro Bowl alternate as a special teams player last year. He's always makes the most out of his position. I can't wait to see runs a 4.4, 6'2". I think, and this is my opinion, I said Nolan Smith last year. This year is Keely Ringo for me. I think he's better than Cooper and Quinyon. Just watch. Not taking nothing away from them. Cooper and Quinyon is great. And they're just getting started. But when Keely gets in there, everybody gonna see what I'm talking about. Just hold that one. Everybody hold that, Eagle fans. Keely Ringo is gonna be better than both those guys. But that's just how. But Cooper and them are still good.
Yeah, the big say cool and leader. Do you guys think Drew will be signed before training camp starts on Tuesday?
Drew Kendall? Drew Kendall, the center, right?
No, Makuba. Go ahead, Tom. We'll start with Tom first, and then leader.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there was a big holdup on second round picks because the Texans signed theirs to a fully guaranteed contract, and everyone else was like holding out pretty much. So they've been trickling in. So I hope that Makuba's deal gets done before training camp starts, and I hope we don't get into a situation where we give him a fully guaranteed contract because a few teams have been bullied into that now that the Texans did it. So weird, but
a very good point because that has been coming up. I've been hearing about that. Well, I'm not worried about the Eagles signing nobody, and that's just off reputation of who they are. And if Makuba's looking at, I'm pretty sure Makuba's ready to go. It's just a few whatever complications or whatever, nothing serious.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right.
Eagles are winning culture. They're winning culture. He saw those rings and he's like, hey, I'm ready to play. So
yeah, I want to get one. Yeah.
It's getting done. Everybody just want to have their smart business. There's nothing wrong with that. Get your business done. But he's going to play. I don't think there's a problem with that.
Yeah, same here. I feel like he's going to play too. So I ain't worried about that. So what else we got, leader?
One thing I want to say to Lynn about Sidney Brown has to prove that he's disciplined enough to play daily. Too much of a crash out for me. Sidney Brown's a super talented guy, and Lynn, I can definitely agree on that opinion. He just has to prove he's there every day. But all he has to do is come in and win in training camp, a good battle. That safety position consists of guys they like Andre Sam, Tristan McCullum. Reed is doing this thing. Lewis Seen, and remember that name. Lewis Seen is a guy that was the first round pick. NFL MVP of the national championship. He was NFL. This guy's good. He can run a 4.3. So this is going to be a brawl, but Makuba's getting all the hype. And I really, really, really see I don't know what to say about that because Makuba's getting a lot of word, but Sidney Brown, you can never count him out. The man, look, forced fumbles. Remember the forced fumble? Keely Ringo turned for a touchdown. This man always covers good. He always hits good. He finally was healthy for a whole season. So we'll see what happens, man. I love the depth on Philly. From the secondaries, especially the linebackers. It's crazy. And the defensive line, and then the offensive line is the one y'all got. They gave Stoutland a bunch of toys to play with, man. I mean, them guys are talented. Cameron Williams to Miles Hinton. These guys are good. Drew Kendall. These guys are good, man. These guys are good. So I really like this team. I like the outlook. And we talk about training camp.
We're talking about training camp being 48 hours away.
Another on the offensive side. On the offensive side, cool cat. Who I want to see battle? The third receiver. Listen, after Jahan Dotson, who's up? You got Terrence Marshall. You got the guy Danny Gray who's showing out in camp. Who's up? I think a lot of guys are going to get it done. I mean, I think Jahan Dotson has a big season this season because he really played good in the playoffs. Nobody think about he had the first touchdown again in the first playoff game. He had a great big catch. He had 2 good catches. I just think people need to watch out for Jahan. So on your question, cool cat, I really think they need to just watch out for that, man. It's going to be a good season. We played the Cowboys the first game on Thursday Night Football, man. Philadelphia's going to be super lit. Everybody in the city, you're going to have cookouts, bar mitzvahs. Everything's going to go down when the Eagles play the Cowboys. This is the great on Thursday Night Football. It's crazy.
Yep. So with that being said, is that all that's on the docket, the leader?
Yeah, that's it. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna talk more about the receiver position. That's going to be the deep position we'll talk about next week. We're also gonna get more updates on training camp and the top 10. We're gonna talk about that next week. The top 10 most dominating seasons. They had Saquon Barkley number 5, NFL dominating season. So we'll talk about that. Who all was there? Who was the guy? And did we just? I listen. This time I just wanted to get that out because they put Jalen Hurts in a crazy conversation once again. And yeah, Big Zay, I like Johnny Wilson's size. 6'7". He just gotta do it. Man. It's like Sidney Brown, like Lynn say about Sidney Brown. He gotta prove he's disciplined to catch the ball. Like the guy got it, man. But no question, man. Great for seeing y'all this week, man. Listen, man. Thank you, Tom, man. You've been great, man. Always supporting. Great to see you out there. I'm gonna support you, whatever you do. Cool cat, you the man. We do this, man. Shout out to the Birds of Broad Street, everybody, for Simone, all the way to Alex Wright, Steve Roth, man. We out, man.
Yep. And with that, hold on. So, go ahead, boys, because you wanted to ask a question about football. Say something.
I have a question. I actually have a football that the Eagles use.
Yeah, he got a football that the Eagles use. So.
I'm gonna go bring it.
And now you show him next time because we about to go up. We about to end.
Right now,
he's the one. He's the one. He has the Eagles. He's the one. That's why he on. Okay, he's the one.
All right. Go get hurry up. I couldn't keep him on for long. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all good, man.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let
y'all know, man. I got a baby. I got a baby on the way, man. My first baby. My girl's pregnant.
And, and the missus said hi too. So sorry, y'all.
Cause how you doing, man? Everybody do good, man. So
hurry up, hurry up, cause we gotta go. They can't stay over there. They're busy. Show them the football. Show them the football. That's the football.
Shout out to Tom. Everybody saying shout out to Tom. Yeah, man, coming on live, man. Tom's good, man. Tom's a great supporter. Go support him. Tom Stakes and Twitter. Everybody follow him, man. Good, real good guy, man. We'll have him back on soon.
And make sure y'all subscribe to all the channels, man. Tom too. Salute to my guy Tom. Salute to my guy Leader. And with that, fly, goes fly, go Birds. Subscribe to her channel because she got a channel too. Subscribe to her channel, and we'll see you. And we'll see y'all Thursday, same time, same channel. We out. Thank you, Tom, and thank y'all for coming to Broad Street. Peace.
We out, man.
Out.